as a great player for the Bulls. Great players have to play great late in the season, and we're going to see that Andre Drummond, I think, is a guy who really needs to step up. But Morris and Harris have to continue to play well. Drummond's only got 5 shots after one half.
For Detroit, the same problem seems to have appeared again in the first half. They have a problem with bench productivity. Stan Van Gundy, who does he turn to? Who does he look to get those big buckets when he needs them? If the starters don't have it going, only 6 points in the first half from their bench, 14 for Chicago.
And all that from Anthony Tolliver. And if you look at the guys coming off their bench, with the exception of Tolliver, who can shoot it, there really isn't anybody there who you would turn to and automatically say, okay, this guy could light it up for us.
No, and that's why, as he's rebuilding this franchise, they start with a foundation. He's brought in some young players, Tobias Harris and obviously Morris. I think he probably talked to him about long-term being there. You've got Drummond settling. They signed Reggie Jackson to the point guard spot. Now fill in the pieces.
On the other side, Fred Hoiberg.
What's up, you guys? How you guys doing? I'm making a video. This time it's going to be a sports video. I know I normally don't do these type of videos, but I'm doing it more so because of Facebook. And also, I might start another channel up. You never know what I might do in life. But I might start a channel with my brother. It depends on how he feels. But anyway, I'm going to talk about my Detroit Pistons, my hometown. Well, not hometown, home city, home state. Well, I've been in Detroit many times, but wasn't born in there, just outside. I was born in Warren, straight up the W, whatever you want to call it. I only said that to sound sweet and gangsta. I'm just playing with yeah, talk about these Pistons. I've been talking all year round about our bench, and people act like I'm crazy about talking about our bench. And finally, someone said the same thing I've been saying for years. It's just that now they're more credible, so that way people will believe them more. Anyway, I've been saying that we should have did something about our bench. Even though he didn't talk more so about that, if you guys watch this clip, you'll understand what he's saying. Like the same reason why I was saying we need to do something to get some type of scorer, someone who will help the offense, help the starters more so than what we have right now. When we look at our bench is usually Steve Blake, Stanley Johnson, or Hillard, and what's his name? We'll put what's his name? I can't think of his name. Anthony Tyler and Baines. Wow, can't think of his name right there. But anyway, when we look at our bench, look down to Steve Blake. Steve Blake, he's older right now. Even when he was young in his prime, he didn't do much besides pass the ball. I mean, that's what he is. He's a pass first, a super pass first, like a super pass first point guard. So that being said, when people know he's not going to score and he's just looking just to facilitate, they can lock on to another person more so than the other than with someone who can two-way, who actually can score. And also, like, he's not even two-way on defense or anything. Like, his defense is pretty bad because he's older. His defense wasn't even that good when he was, like, on the Blazers the first time. He just was a good passer. So, if players can lock down that one player easier, then it's going to be easier from the guard to other people. If we're just getting all of our faith into D-League players and the rookies and people like Anthony Tolliver, then our team is not going to do nothing. Did you listen to what this guy spoke about? He said our bench points, we only got 6 points from Anthony Tolliver. And Anthony Tolliver is a straight-up trash guy. He's bum. He's like a third option at best. Like, when I speak about him, people think I'm hating, but no, I'm just being real with it. Like, Anthony Tolliver is like Kwame Brown with a three-pointer. Like, the dude is nothing but, like, someone is going to stand out there and stretch the floor out, which is cool in our offense and all, but when it comes down with, like, when you see him try to drive it, he always does the same thing. Like, he drives it, and it rarely goes in. It rarely goes in when he shoots. So if he's not bringing no type of offense in the floor, that's not bringing production. These D-League players, they're not even experienced enough. That's not bringing production. What that all boils down to, if the bench is not bringing no production, relying more onto the starters. This way, the starters' job is harder. It's putting more strain on their body. Even though they're young, they're still putting more weight on their shoulders, making them carry more. What this also boils down to, like the guy says, but Anthony Tolliver only have 6 points, Chicago have 14 points. If we would have had 14 points, bench points at that time, even though we won the game, then it would never boil down to much the last moment. And even like we got 14 points off the bench regularly, just some people who can just score regularly up there, because our bench is our Achilles heel. I don't care what no one says. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. then it will come to more wins. If the game is easier for our starters, and not even become more so for more wins. Like when we practice, you have Reggie Jackson going against Steve Blake. Of course, he thinks he's a junk right now. He thinks he's the best point guard in the world right now because he has no one to really push him. No one's pushing him to point in practice at all. And it's not that we couldn't get no one at all. A lot of people act like we could have got no one at all, but we could have got some people out there who's younger, maybe quicker, just someone to challenge him more. Same with the shooting guard situation when Jordan Meeks went down. Jordan Meeks was injured last year, and with me, I think if anyone got injured, you gotta get someone who could bring back what they did, even though if they don't do, even if they come back 100% healthy, because there's always that chance that they might not come 100% healthy. Just because he was injured before, you got to think about like he's not gonna be the same person. He's gonna be a little rusty. And then he got injured again this year. As soon as he got injured again this year, that's when we should have thought, all right, we got to make some trades, and we could have flipped the contract, expiring contract, from anyone. We just called someone up like, yo, we need a scorer. I know it's not that easy, but you gotta call people up like, yo, what do you guys have? I need something like, let me get one of your young guys. I mean, we could have really got that guy in Denver, that Earl, I've got to pronounce his name, Earl Barton or whatever, before he showed what he can do it. We could have flipped him little scores like that, because then he would have became that production on our bench. Like, it's different. It's so many so many shooting guards that you can just flip for aspiring contract. We have those on our teams. Like, we could have flipped, like, for Spencer or flipped someone for Steve Blake, and we would have been having production, which would have translated to wins. And what that also boils down for, we are in the 8th seed right now, and people don't realize, like, yeah, it's good. We're all happy, go lucky, we make the playoffs. I'm glad we're making the playoffs. I predict we're still going to make the playoffs, even though the season's not over. But we're in a battle right now. Like, the Bulls and the Washington are really close to us. And they had a bad season, and I don't understand why people don't get this. Like, they had a bad season, and they're still close to us. If they had a good season, we probably want to be in the playoffs. And something that goes to our bench production. Things like Matt Barnes hitting that game-winner three-pointer, and also some of the other buzzer beaters. If we have bench points production, that type of stuff wouldn't happen because we have a bigger lead. So it would not be easy wins for other people. It would not be more strain on our starters. I think the only bench player that we should keep is really maybe Spencer, because he got to prove himself a little bit more. Aaron Baines and Stanley Johnson. And Aaron Baines, even though I think he got signed to a higher contract than we supposed to, he was overpaid a little bit. That doesn't mean he sucks or anything, because what he's doing, he's a big body. He's a meat and potatoes guy. He's like Kendrick Perkins without the mean mug, pretty much. That's all he does. He's like Kendrick Perkins, but wiping his hands off, man, getting them all greasy. The greasier Kendrick Perkins or whatever. But anyway, what I'm saying is he's a big body. He's faster than Perkins, and he got a mid-range also. And he can play a little bit more better defense, in my opinion, than Perkins. Perkins is very slow. He's that big body. Having that big body in practice with Andre is making Andre, more him a brawler. You see him doing the hook and stuff. You see him backing on people more so this year than last year. He was getting babied by people like Al Jefferson last year. This year, he's able to get in there, use that booty, use that caboose, as Shaq would say, get down low, post people up. It's helping him out because we got a quality big man to back him up and to help him in practice. When we look at our bench, Anthony Tolliver, he's a bench player who should be a third option. He's not doing anything for people like Tobias Harris. Even though Tobias Harris is probably guarding more people like Morris, it's not helping no one else. Only person who's getting production and getting making their game actually better is Baines and really Stanley Johnson. Everybody else, maybe Spencer if he's taking the game serious, but people like Steve Blake is not going to make Reggie better. Hillard is not going to make KC better. I mean, Stanley Johnson and KCP might make each other better because they're close in age, but they're not going to they're not going to help each other too much with their experience. And I know this so because I'm in a group and I realize I've been doing martial arts for about 5 years now, and I help people out all the time. So I realize the more experienced players, they help me out. I say experienced players, but the more experienced people in my group help me out. And also, I'm getting an age who actually been doing stuff for a while. I help people out all the time, like newcomers and stuff. It's stuff that I can teach people that you just can't learn from observing. And that's what it all boils down to with our bench. People act like we can't do nothing, but no, you can get something. Get a veteran out there. I don't care if it's Willie Green. Willie Green is going to tell KCP, yo, work on that shot. And also more so about bench, I believe everything happened for a reason. It's the reason why the Demo trade didn't go down. I think that we're gonna get stacked out next year. That's already destined. Even though we could have did some more this year, it is what it is. It's the past. You can't dwell on the past. Next year, I hope we get someone like, I'm not saying necessary Brandon Jennings, but we got to get someone who has the same type of what's the word I'm looking for? Who can bring the same thing that Brandon Jennings and DJ Augustine can bring. It doesn't mean them per se, but someone who can, a player who plays like them. I hope we still keep Meeks for that way we can flip his contract. If we get a player like Brandon Jennings, I'm saying this also because, this season is too much over to me. We know the Warriors, this whole season been about if the Warriors can beat the record and if they're going to repeat, in my opinion. The Pistons thing is more of a fan base thing. So anyway, back to what I'm saying. If we can get a point guard who's somewhat like Brandon Jennings, like DJ Augustine, Darren Collison, someone who's going to be comfortable in being a role player, bring energy off the bench, who can also pass, assist, and if it came to a start, that's going to help the game out tremendously. For one, Reggie knows someone is looking at his spot, and Reggie can get pushed, and he can get pushed and doing more. Reggie Jackson, we got to be real now. This dude is not the guy. I like him. I like the kid. I like his heart a lot, and I want him to do more because when he was acquired on the team, I was in the same situation with my job. People made me the scapegoat. But if we get someone who can start, this way Reggie don't have to be winded so much. We got someone to take on that production because we see he gets tired a lot. You can see him in there breathing super hard. Someone who actually can start, can take over that. Not necessarily the starting position, but take on the minutes and, the game be easier for him. And also he can hear the breathing steps. If he sees someone that's coming after that spot, he's going to work even harder in practice and on the court in general. Now with the shooting guard position, KCP, we got to get someone to teach this young guy how to become a great shooter and scorer. And Meeks can do a little bit, but him being banged up, there's not much he can do. But overall, I think we should keep Meeks and flip his contract, just like how we got Reggie Jackson and how we got Tobias Harris. Meeks' contract is not super high, but we can flip his contract and get someone like, not necessarily Umar Shumpert, but someone who plays like him, someone who's two-way, can score a little bit and still pass the ball, like he used to be a point guard. That's going to help our bench out tremendously because then we got a dual point guard system almost, so we can like good distributors like that. Stanley Johnson will like get the ball so easily. He can get off because we've seen he can give us 20-point games, but it's harder for him to score because no one else. Pretty much our bench, if we lost Stanley Johnson off, no one else is going to score. However, he has to be gone. I really believe we need to get Ryan Anderson, what's his name, Miles Leonard. Hope we get Demo or just any one of them shooting guards. Power forwards who can stretch the floor out, who has a big body, can still defend. Maybe can play small forward because Anderson is also someone who can play small forward, but maybe can play center as well. Someone who can stretch the floor out, play defense, and hit threes. I really hope we get Ryan Anderson. For one, he's a veteran. He can teach players. He's a big body as well, so he's not going to get babied in the paint like Ersan did. But he can teach players how to shoot better, how to do different things, how to back down easier. He's going to teach people how to become a better player. And not so that he knows the system, so it's easier than that. And also, if you look at this year, he has the most bench production of all players in the league. So that right there is going to help our bench woes right there, giving us more wins. And then we won't be battling for the 8th spot. We'll probably be like a 4th or 5th seed next year. That with the Lions of Brandon Jennings, that's a beautiful combination. And still having Meeks in there and then flipping his contract for someone who can score with the Stanley Johnson and Aaron Baines can just stand out there and be a big body, don't have to worry about scoring. Our bench will be tremendously way better. And I think a lot of people don't get that. And my thing is about us building right now, getting all the pieces is not necessarily hard, but why do you want to make all these pieces in 1 year? Like we did that junk last year. And it's more so of a chemistry thing. Like if we get just that one player that we can flip right now, that we can just get who knows the system right now, it's easier for them though. They can bring the other person along, and then pretty much our team is going to be straight and stacked up. And this guy mentioned before, he said our only thing is we have to bring the pieces together. besides Tobias Harris, our core was pretty much set. Why not bring the pieces together more sooner or whatever, sooner? I'm not talking a lot about this, but I mean, it's a lot to say in a few time. Also, I want to talk about the other clip I posted with Andre Drummond.
Jackson along the baseline. Running shot no good, but the finish by Drummond is good. I was just about to say Drummond has not looked real engaged in this game. There's a shovel knocked loose. Jackson is wide open and scores as a three.
And that's what you got to do. You got to knock down wide open jump shots. That was good movement by the Detroit Pistons.
Jackson wide open.
Jackson now with 11 points.
Butler actually has dribble out with 4 to shoot. Upstairs, Gasol.
Well, they really missed Tyus Gibson when I deal as that offensive rebound. He's the one guy that gets you second chance opportunities.
Wild shot.
He was looking for a foul.
Oh, there was no foul there. He just leaned into the traffic, and there's he gives up a layup at the other end because
That's
he's
a strong move right there by Equan.
People talk about me because I said he plays soft at times. And people realize when I say at times, it's not like every single game. It's at times, exactly what I mean. Sometimes, not all times. Listen to the wording of what people speak in. Sometimes he does play soft. And if you listen to what the commentator was saying on here, exactly what I've been saying to people all year. Like Reggie Jackson, he had to realize, what I'm saying is also, Reggie Jackson got to realize he's not the guy. Like, I think our guys are going to be KCP, Andre, and Harris. And really, because it always been kind of that way with KCP and Drummond. Reggie has to pass the ball more. Even it shows with him being tired. But I'm saying this because the guy pointed out there, and what I tell people too all the time, is Reggie doesn't pass the ball to Andre. Andre kind of dip his head now, pop, and doesn't get back on defense. Doesn't translate even on the offensive floor. So if he doesn't translate on defense, that makes the offense easier for the opponent. It's 4 against 5 basically. So people can get in the hole easily like they did on this play that I show right there. And also that it's no defense. Andre and KCP is our best defender. So if we don't have one of our best defenders out there, shit, that's me. I'm taking advantage. I'm driving the paint. Especially you don't got the big guy in there. And also we don't have no other big guys, like no true big guys, because Tobias here is not a true big guy. What's his name? Anthony Tolliver. Yes, I said Tolliver. He's not a true big guy, so he's not going to be too much a defender either. So they can drive easily in there. And if he's not getting back on offense, when the opponent is on defense, I mean, you can double team, you can trap people up easier. And that's how you see people like Reggie when he does that dumb driving stuff and he gets stripped. I mean, some of that because Andre's not getting back on there. This is one of the things I'm just pointing out there, and people act like I'm hating. I'm just being real with it. Like, if we want to win, and we want to become that team that gets on the map, then we have to give the effort. And as simple as that. It's not that I'm hating on the team or dislike the team. Of course, I want us to win. But we got to be real. You can't just be a fan and just be someone who's happy-go-lucky and love everything we do. You got to look at some of this stuff like, yo, if y'all really want this, you guys would take it. Now, I've been kind of saying too much on this video. This video is longer than I want it to be. But, it is what it is. If you guys like this video and want me to make more sports videos, I'll short it down, summarize some stuff, and me and my brother and I should say, I'm going to make him do a sports video with me. So, that being said, I'm getting stumbling on my words. I'm too excited. That's the thing right now. I had a good day today, man. I'm about to get back in school and everything. But anyway, that being said, share love, spread love. Peace, y'all. Give your comments, whatever. I know everyone's not going to watch this video. It's going to be long. Some people don't got to agree with what I say. Some people are going to agree with what I say. But, I don't want people just to agree when I say challenge me. I don't want people to be just happy-go-lucky. Don't be a fan of me. Let's all grow in this life together as one, as human beings, as beautiful people that we are. So, that being said, share love, spread love. Peace, y'all.